Hello! Welcome to my sick diaries. And I know y'all are probably like, girl, every time we see you, you are sick. And I get it. Listen, I get it. Also, it's really bad lighting, but only because I'm gonna make my bed and make it all nice and cozy for us. And we're gonna sit and chat. Sammy is trying to sneak underneath my bed. What do you have to say for yourself? Oh, he's so cute. I also washed all of my sheets so that we could have a cutesy little, like, fresh moment together, you know? You wanna know what song is stuck in my head right now? Give me a call if you ever get lonely. Why is this always, like, the hard part? Perfect. This is good enough for y'all. Okay, check it out. I have my tea like this in my Winnie the Pooh mug. It's not my favorite tea though. My favorite tea is the peppermint licorice one from Puka. So good. So, bless the heavens good. Like, I think this one is like eucalyptus or something. Just kidding. Elderberry and echinacea. So, welcome to my bed. If you aren't aware, I did post onto my Instagram to ask me some questions so we could sit and talk. I just love it when y'all talk to me back because it makes me feel like y'all are even there. It just makes me feel so loved whenever I get comments. Before we get into it, have you seen my Hello Kitty chapstick? Okay, ding 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 ding. By the way, this is my phone case. My little sister that designed it. It's really cool. But she's actually going to be coming out with like a clear case instead of the white hardback because she doesn't like the way that this material has been like doing it. See, look at all this. Woohoo! That's so much fun. Y'all literally make my life so much more fun. The first question is, did you do drama club? Girl. No, I mean I did sort of. We didn't have like drama club in school. We had like festivities like outside of school. I used to go to this thing called Kuafum. They have a lot of different outside of school activities. They had this one like camp where you could learn how to be a leader, but I went the year before you learned, which was in 8th grade, and I did theater camp then. And it was just like a lot of fun because I was definitely the oldest out of all of them there. I also got my period. That was the first time I ever got my period. It was in 7th grade. I was, how old are you when you're in 7th grade? Is that 14? I think I was 14. And I must have been like, that was the first time I got my period. And I was like, I remember thinking that I was a late bloomer. I was gonna be starting 8th grade because it was the summer. Yeah, that's my memory of drama camp. Me getting my period for the first time and blood being literally everywhere. And I was petrified. And I called my mommy and she came and picked me up. And then I went back. Like, it was just, and I was in the porta potty, like the literal porta potty. And I was like, wait a minute, this is not normal. Somebody asked me about high school and just like talk about it in general because apparently Satya is applying this year and she wants to be prepared. Well, Miss Girl, you are very smart if you are already thinking about what you want to be doing for high school, because I know for a fact that when I was in 9th grade, because in Sweden there's a little bit of a different situation going on. You have to apply for your high school and your high school has different like strings. I don't know. My focus in high school was social science with behaviorism as the focus. Sambeteende for all of y'all sweets or whatever. And I had no idea what I wanted to do. Like, I literally had no idea. I sort of thought that I wanted to go social science nature. Girl, that's a translation, sorry. Social science with like science as my two. And I don't really remember what got me to choose behaviorism, but I think someone was like, well, you'd be a good psychologist, so like maybe you should do that. And I was like, okay, sure. My biggest tip for you that wants to be prepared is talk to your guidance counselor. Like, already start talking to your guidance counselor. I really hope you have a good one. My guidance counselor tried to tell me that I was supposed to be going to horse school because I said that I had an interest in horses, and I understand that maybe that's a correlation, but I was not very interested in going into horse school. It would have been fun though. Like, if that is your dream, if that's what you want to do in high school, like, go for it, because heck yeah. My biggest tip, just basically to be prepared for high school, is start talking to your guidance counselor now. Did y'all see that I lit a candle? You can't even see that I lit the candle. My sister wrote, one thing you're proud of yourself for doing. I'm gonna be really honest with y'all, like, I haven't been very proud of myself recently. I've been talking a lot to my therapist about this and like trying to recognize when I do something good, because I have a very harsh tendency of like picking on myself, and even when I do something the way that I was equipped for, I'll be harsh that I didn't do it better, even though I didn't know how to do it better at the time. Something that I'm actually very proud of at the moment is that I have been taking cello lessons. Like, yo, don't even get me started. Like, just, it's been so much fun, and my teacher is so much fun. She's such a cutie pie, and she's also like so hardworking, and she wants me to succeed, which seriously oozes out of her, and so it makes me feel very encouraged. She's Finnish too, which is so sweet, but an amazing cello player and teacher, and I've been having so much fun at my lessons, and I really want to encourage any one of y'all who haven't been doing something. Like, I'm no pro, like, I'm no pro. Like, I've played the cello when I was like little, like baby, but I haven't played the cello recently. I played the cello for like a year max, and then it all went poof out of my head. Like, I have not. Also, cello is one of those instruments where you have to really like trust yourself, which I have a hard time doing. I am a perfectionist, as we've talked about before, and so playing the cello is really like building up my confidence in that way too, because I have to like rely on that I'm gonna play the right note, which sounds kind of silly, but it doesn't have frets like in a guitar. So I really like urge and like encourage you to try something that you haven't tried before that might be confidence building, but also silly and goofy and fun. Like, have you ever seen a cello player that's not hot, cool, and sexy? Like, I haven't. Like, and then we're talking specifically about women, okay? Okay. She also commented, favorite 3 qualities of your older sister. Girl, who's your favorite artist? Ooh, okay, let me go into my Spotify, because honestly recently I have been listening a lot to Miss Faye Webster, because I've been missing my dog a lot, y'all. Like, and I cried today looking at photos of him. But before he passed away, we would go on a lot of walks, like when he could, because he had a heart condition, so he couldn't go on walks. And towards the end of his life, unfortunately, even though it was like his favorite thing to do, watch me choke up, okay. Even though it was his favorite thing to do, but I would listen to Miss Faye Webster on our walks. Specifically the I Know I'm Funny Haha album and the Atlanta Millionaires Club. Someone asked me if I went to college, and I have in fact not been to college, but let me tell you a silly goofy thing. I was going to.
I hate saying this because then everyone on Twitter is like, you're lying, I hate you. I was supposed to be in the video.
No, just kidding. I wasn't actually gonna go to college, but I was gonna be taking one of the classes last spring. Let me just tell y'all, read your emails. Don't be dumb. You aren't dumb, okay? And I'm trying to learn not to tell myself that I was dumb for this, but, or dumb in general, because I'm not dumb, you're not dumb, but be cautious. Think a little. Use your brain. You have one. It's so beautiful. Read your emails. Because you might just miss the sign. The last thing that you had to do before you were like fully accepted. Because you were accepted. I was accepted. I had a spot. Showed up for the first day of class. Because I thought it was my class. And it really wasn't. So if we want to talk about embarrassing things in life that we've done, I have plenty. I thought I was going to be studying gender studies all of last spring. Yeah, so I ended up going to this random class, and they all seemed super prepared, and I was like, how are y'all so like, why do y'all got your shit together? Like, why? So I asked the girl that was sitting next to me, I was like, hey, like, do you have the sign up sheet? Like, have you already signed up? And she was like, yeah, I did for a long time ago. And I was like, oh, And then I went home and investigated it, and then I had forgotten to read my emails. That's silly, that's goofy. But you wanna know what? I'm so glad it didn't happen. Like, I'm so glad now, in hindsight, that I didn't end up going to this college course, because there was so much going on for me in the spring where, and if I had gone to school on top of that, I really would have been struggling. Just because things don't work out the way that you want them to in the moment, there's always something else you can do that will be equally as giving. If that's working on yourself, if that's working on your relationships, if that's taking something else and studying it, like, your life is not ending. Like, your life has not ended. So there's always next term, there's always next term, there's always another opportunity. There's always like a term when you're 40. Like, do you think people in their 40s lay around and do nothing? Like, you can take a course then too. I think that's something that I've really struggled with, is that I make everything into like, like it has to happen now or else it's never gonna happen, you know? But seriously, like, just because it's not happening right now doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. Like, it's so easy. It's hard to grasp in my mind. Okay, how did you learn to be so confident in your style? Girl, I was depressed. I did not care about anyone. But also, like, I think finding people that are supportive of your style, and that can be influencers, people who encourage you to wear what you want to wear and express yourself in the way that you want to express yourself, in a safe way, obviously. Even though sometimes it's like, not everyone's gonna like it. Like, I know for a fact my parents were not in love with the style I had going on in high school, but you're only in this world physically once. If that top is cute in your eyes, like, wear it. And if it isn't in a month, like, okay. And that's why I really believe in thrifting so much, because it really lets you experiment with what you like and don't like. And thrifting is really a great way to get into your style. Like, literally all of my clothes are thrifted unless they're gifted. I love it because it doesn't put that pressure on that I have to wear it for the next 50 years of my life, you know. And from an environmental standpoint, go thrifting, have fun. Like, it's also a cheap alternative and way to figure out what you like to wear. Cheaper, you know. One question is, what's your height? And my height, I am 177. Wait, what? This is like when I was lying on Idol and saying that I was 22. I am 170. Thank you very much. I'm 5'7". That's where the 7 came from, I think. My brain was like 171. 5'7". Yeah. Miss Emma Zetterberg headquarters. Miss Luna asked if I have anything planned regarding my music career, and yes, mamas, if I got anything planned. Of course I have things planned. It's like my existence. I have some thoughts about an EP. I have some thoughts about a single. Me and my friend are going to be going to the studio tomorrow, and also me and my other friend, or me and my best friend that y'all know and love. I don't know if you love him though, but I love him. His name is Pelle. We've been talking about some ideas, and I'm really excited about it actually. And I think it's gonna be something awesome, or like it's gonna be friggin' epic, you know, like finally getting some things out of me that I have had trapped inside my heart for so long, and be done with it. And that feels so freeing. It's not gonna be like cover my ears for now. It's gonna be a little bit more like maybe alternative rocky, and I'm so excited. Like, actually, y'all, my cheeks hurt. Like, I think it's gonna be so much fun, and I'm really coming into my own artistry. Also, regarding music, I am gonna be going to, I haven't gotten in anywhere, so it's not like I'm like, I'm gonna be reading my emails, that's for sure. But I have decided, and I'm manifesting, that I am gonna be going to a music school next year. So I still have next spring to work and get some money, hang out with y'all a lot. So get ready if you even want to, like, and write and get better at my cello. Like, I think that the world is seriously just in my hands. Like, I can do anything I want to, and it's overwhelming and super scary, but I have a lot of dreams finally.
I'm sitting and editing, and I just want to give a quick side note that it took me some time to get to this place where I know what I want to do. and that I know what I want, you know? Like, I had no idea. And I'm going to talk more about that later, but just so you know, it took me some time, and I'm so grateful that I'm finally at this place, and you will get here too.
Which feels so fun because I've never had that ever. Like, I've always been so bad at thinking about future. I think I've always been good at like listening to other people and listening to what other people think is good for me. I might have not been listening to my parents very much in high school, but I still don't feel like a lot of my decisions have been for me. I think it has been still persuaded by other people's opinions, and I really think that I am taking decisions for myself finally, and I am really excited. I've never been this excited, so stay tuned if y'all want or whatever. Okay, tips for feeling completely lost after being done with school. If you mean high school, like samesies. I mean, I graduated 2021. I don't know why I'm asking that like a question. I graduated 2021 and I sort of knew what I was gonna do. Again, I was sort of just following in my big sister's footsteps because she had lived with my aunt for 2 years actually. A lot of the time I was in high school, she lived in the States because I do live in Sweden. For anyone who doesn't know, I am Swedish. I knew I was gonna be living there because I've been watching my big sister and stuff, but I didn't really know what I was gonna be doing. Like, I just needed to be free, I think, from what was going on at home, and I saw that as a way out. Not that I really knew what I was doing when I was there. Like, I think I was just regrouping a lot and not being my best self. I mean, I have hurt my loved ones. I think I exploded a little bit because I just didn't know who I was or what I wanted to do, and I recommend seeing a therapist. And that's like my recommendation for literally anything. Also, not being so hard on yourself. Who I still don't know. Always. Or I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had no idea what I wanted to be doing 2 months ago. And I have been out of high school for 2 years. Like, this is my 3rd year after high school, and I haven't been doing anything. Don't see yourself as being completely lost, because you're not lost. You just don't really know which way to take. You have the whole world in front of you. You have so many options, and I know that that can make you feel lost, but you aren't lost, okay? Like, really narrow it down. What is it you want to spend the next year getting good at? I mean, is it self-worth, self-love? Maybe just saving up money so that you can travel next year. I think it's just important to at least do something. Going to work is sometimes one of my favorite things to do in the week because I know it's a stable thing that I do, and I'm also getting money, which is such a slay. Like, but it is okay for now that I'm working. I live at home. I'm turning 21 and I still live at home.
Hi again. I also want to say that if you struggle with like, I'm 19 and I haven't done anything after high school, like, just compare yourself to me, okay? I am 21. I'm turning 21. And if you ever think, I've done nothing with my life, and you're like 19, just think, but Emma hasn't done anything with her life either. You are not behind in that regard. You're not behind because we're on this journey together, and you will get there. Like, you will get there. Even if it is from a year from now, my age, you know? You're still working towards it. You're okay.
Don't consider yourself lost, because I feel like that's when, at least for me, I started to really crumble into myself, because you do have options. Just pan out what you have for options. The most shocking things a fan has DM'd you. I don't even know if it was a fan, but this person literally told me he wanted me to, somebody goes, I feel like you should carve your name into my skin, but like, not in a creepy way. Murder. What's my favorite band? Okay, so I love the band Slow Pulp. Let's listen to them, okay? Actually, I can't for copyright reason. I'm gonna put the song like here, something. Ah! This band literally is everything I want to be ever. It makes me just want to like crawl inside and like rip out the seams, you know? I also got a question about if you can draw me, and are y'all crazy? Because you can always draw me. I want to be drawn like not one of your French girls, but like I want to be drawn because I think it's so cool whenever anyone draws a picture of me. I always feel so honored. Like, it's the craziest thing. Could you send me them too, like in the mail? I want to put them up on my wall. It's just so insane to me sometimes that you guys like me. I love you guys. I just so much in my heart. What's my favorite movie? My favorite movie is actually But I'm a Cheerleader. It's my favorite movie of all time. I think it's super silly. I just love that movie with my whole heart.
I forgot to explain in the video, but I also want to say that the movie But I'm a Cheerleader is very tender and sweet, and it just, I resonate a lot with it, and it's just such a, I love the way that it grows and builds in the movie between Natasha Lyonne and Clea Duvall. So hashtag recommend.
And also Clea Duvall is very pretty. Very, very pretty. Other movies that I find very comforting is House Bunny or anything with Emma Stone. Honestly, I don't know what it was, but since I've been like preteen, teen, it's just always been so comforting. Also, Easy A. Love me some Easy A. Would you say you're better at Swedish or English? I feel smarter in Swedish, but I'm definitely more funny in English. That's why I started TikTok on. Girl. I also, when I get nervous, I start speaking a lot of English. So if you're ever with me and you just notice me starting to speak a lot of English, it's probably because I'm friggin' nervous, yo. What's the best piece of advice you could give? I feel like I've already given you all this advice before, but if you're feeling overwhelmed, just make one right decision at a time. Think about the next right decision. I have to remind myself of this all the time. If somebody asks me what my favorite type of roller coaster is, listen, y'all, this is the type of questions I live for. Although I kind of don't like roller coasters. I love me a good water slide, a good water roller coaster. Not that that's really a roller coaster. That's so much fun. I love the splishy splashy, like getting all wet. You know, so cute. I just love that. And then everyone screams, how to get a boyfriend in high school. Don't. Oh, you heard me incorrectly? I said don't. I guess it's fun. It's fun to have a romantic partner. Do I wish I hadn't had a boyfriend in high school? Yes. Why? Well, because he wasn't very nice and I was very impressionable. I thought what he said was facts, and I thought that what he thought was right for our relationship was right, and that it was normal that I had to bend so much and be so flexible for somebody else. It's good to be out there in the dating world and like get to know yourself and who you are in a relationship and know what you want and don't want. I mean, the next person that I am in a relationship with, I can't wait to meet them. Like, just with everything that I've learned, I'm really excited for my next person. But I don't want to rush into my next person because being a serial monogamous the way that I have been has been super unhealthy, because I get into relationships with people that I should not be in relationship with. But I think that it's meant to be, because I sort of like force myself to think that way. And I love them hard. I think loving is one of my favorite attributes that I have. Like I love to love so much. People take advantage of that. And so to the question of how'd you get a boyfriend in high school? I think you should be cautious and be yourself, because if you have to like be flexible for somebody to like you, yuckers. A lot of you guys were asking about music, and I just want to give you a small little like heads up about what my name is on Spotify, because you can look at all my playlists there. I have a great playlist that has a bunch of 2000 songs. It's my cheesy playlist, and also the picture is so cute. It's me. I was like going like this. My friend took a picture of it. I don't even remember why. I think I was taking a stand or something, and I was like, take a photo of me. I got a question of, have you ever bullied anyone? No, absolutely not. If anything, I was the kid that was trying to sit with the weird kids, because my mom taught me that you're supposed to be kind to all, which is such a normal thing. Like, in my brain, it's normal that you're supposed to be kind to all. I wouldn't say bullied because it wasn't like that serious, but I would get picked on for my Swedish. My best friend would used to tell me that I should stop asking her what different words mean because it was annoying to her. And then once I got ganged up on in 6th grade, it was seriously terrifying. I had gotten this fight with my best friend, and she and these other girls started attacking me and saying that I had done some terrible things towards my best friend, including like sexual assault, which was absolutely insane. They apologized for everything because I ended up bringing it to my parents and crying and sobbing, and it was terrible. It was a terrible time for me. And we sat down with specifically my best friend's parents and talked about the whole situation and cleared the air that none of those things had ever happened, because they had not. It sucked. Actually, me and that girl, we have a little bit of contact now, but we weren't friends after that. Wouldn't say I've been sheltered, but I have definitely been like protected by my parents, and so I didn't know much about sex, and like I didn't know about that kind of stuff. And all I've ever been taught is that, well, when you have sex is when you are love, and when you love somebody. And then it was just being so, that was my first ever encounter with that. Yeah, so that was really weird. I haven't thought about it in a long time. Clearly they had nothing on my name to say about me, so they had to make up something gruesome. Oh, it was terrible, actually. I'm really rambling on, and y'all are probably gonna be like, I gotta go! Okay, sorry. Do you get anxiety at work? If yes, then how do you deal with it? That really depends. I can sometimes feel like stressed, and then if I can't find a button quick enough, but I think you really need to lean back on your coworkers, and if you have good coworkers, lean back on your coworkers and talk to your coworkers, ask for their advice, ask for feedback on your coffee. I know I'm a barista, so that's what I would ask for feedback on. Like if the phone was too much, if there's a situation you could have handled differently, if you know, just like tips and tricks, because you're just learning. I mean, you're constantly learning. I love asking questions even now when I've been working for a long time. Like I've been working as a barista for a while, but I will gladly take any kind of feedback. Also, the people who come into your store, they're also just people. Like, how many times have you gone into a store and just literally looked around? Like, the expectations aren't crippling high. Like, you are gonna be fine, you know? Like, all these people they're just people. They're coming into a store, they're looking for a product. You can provide that to them. Try and make it, as long as you're kind, like, I think it's gonna be just fine. You're just fine. What's your favorite hair color of yours? Honestly, I loved it when I had the brown hair, blonde streaked, and then blonde in the back. So when I like parted it, I had blonde hair. That was actually a Serb. I don't know how I got the courage when I was 15, 16 to just be like, no, actually I wasn't 15, 16. I was literally 17, 18. I was gonna be graduating, and I just went hair dye, bleach. Oh,
should have definitely been done at a professional's. Thank you.
Actually I want bleach here now instead of hair dye, and then just did hair, you know, just like literally crazy. I did not care about hair health at all. On the note of that, somebody asked me about my hair, my current hair, and how I keep it so vibrant. I am currently on a plan, or technically in my head I'm on a plan that I am going to be getting my hair done every 3 weeks. I got my hair done last week as well, and I also got my hair done a few weeks ago, so it's been pretty consistent. Like, she will freshen up the color that is fading. It's just like when you bleach your eyebrows, right? Like, I have to bleach my eyebrows at least once a week to keep up with the maintenance, and so having a crazy hair color or whatever, it also is about keeping up maintenance. Like, you have to sort of take care of it a little more than you do with your natural hair color. Don't try and like wash it too often, which might sound gross, but I don't try to like use too much shampoo, because the shampoo is really what makes it fade, you know? Use cold temperature so that doesn't open the hair follicle and let out the color. Not the follicle, but you know, the keratin in your, you know? Okay, all you hair people, don't even judge me right now. Like, but you know what I mean. I think my time has run out because my camera is currently flashing that's out of battery. But I hope you had a good, like, I hope you had a good time sitting and talking to me and listening to me just ramble about literally nothing. It feels nice just hanging out in my bed. It's like we're like literally hanging out, and it's so much fun. So I always appreciate you guys. I hope you know that. And I'm gonna try and be a little more consistent with my YouTube, so please write some like topics we can talk about or something, because I think this could be a fun regular thing for us to do, you know, just like a little sleepover thing, you know. Okay, love you so much.